Okay, welcome to the third video in the Firefox Tips and Tricks, the web design series. Let's cover a few little tools over here and kind of show you what they do. I mean, it's very simple for you to figure it out yourself, so I'm going to actually cover these, rather fastly here, okay, quickly. So the blur tool, basically what it is, and remember, anytime that you want to, it's just like the brush tool where you can choose the different ones. All right, choose which one, toy around with it, and you'll see what I'm doing. The blur tool is just what it says. It blurs. You can't hardly see it in this. Okay, it doesn't do a whole lot. If you choose different brushes, you'll find that it does. Again, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do an undo. And the sharpen tool, if you wanted to actually sharpen an area of it, you would just choose sharpen. All right, and hold your mouse down, your left button, and go around and around. You don't see a lot of effect on here, but you will see on some areas, on some header graphics, that it does. Usually the brighter colors, red, blue, and stuff like that, you'll see more of a change than in this grayscale. This is not really grayscale, but a black and white, whatever the case may be. Okay, and this one, your smudge tool, you'll see what happens here. See? Not that it's a big use in this one. Go back up here and do an undo. See where it drags, see that white, how it drags it real cool? And, I say real cool. You can actually do with different graphics, stretch them and make some good effects with this. Experiment around with it, okay? I'm going to do an undo. And the sponge tool, it's something similar. You won't see a whole lot of change on here. You just won't do it. All right. Edit, undo. Notice it's going away here. I forgot to mention that. That's your history. So you can see where you actually... Okay, so I'm back there. All right. And the dodge tool. Again, see where it's changing the color there just a little bit. Again, not something that you're going to use all the time, but it's nice to know when you're playing around with different areas on your header. Go back up here and do an undo. And now the burn tool. See how it makes it a little darker? You could actually use it to make this whole area up here a little darker if you wanted to. Certain areas of it, whatever the case may be. Got to be a pretty good hand on it. I do have an actual a pad that I use quite a bit when I'm doing graphic editing. Right now I'm using this mouse, and you can't quite get what you want there. See, changed it a little bit there, and that's what that does. Okay, so we'll go back and do an undo. And the red eye, not going to use that here. If you did have a picture open, and I'm sure you've seen it with the digital cameras, you take a picture and someone's got a red eye, that'll help remove that. Okay, and the drawing tool. Just makes different little areas there. And what I will mention is, if you go to the help area, there is actual in-depth on most of these tools. And bloat tool. See how I pulled that edge out there? Pulled it in, whatever the case may be. Keep getting rid of the bloat tools. Notice it's disappearing over here. There we go. We're back to the sponge tool. Pinch tool. Oop. Let's go back and do one more. Undo. Undo. Okay, there's that. Sponge tool. Excuse me. Pinch tool. Can't really see what. That's not a good example. There you go. See how it pinched it down? Not very useful for a lot of things, but you'll find that, especially like on backgrounds and stuff like that, you'll find that these little tools can really make you some unique images, especially when you're downloading them from, the free sites, the free image sites and such as, can make them unique. And the eyedropper tool, actually color picker tool, I'm sorry. And this gives you, it'll pick a color on here for you so you can use it. See it changed here. That way, if you have a certain color you want to duplicate, you can use this, and then you can use it for the different areas tools here. And of course, your text tool and your hand tool. It's not going to do a whole lot on this, the background there. And your zoom tool, if you wanted to zoom in on it to really get to working on some of the graphics, you can, okay? Okay, you'll notice I did the zoom in, the zoom tool there. Go back up to view, go to actual pixels, and that shows you the actual size of it. Or zoom out, zoom out. Okay, so you can do a few different. Right here's the same thing. That's about where we were earlier, and we're only showing 81. It's 81%. Okay, and this doesn't have anything to do with resizing the image either. I'll point that out. And as far as using the tools over here, that kind of covers each one of them. I highly suggest that you get you some graphics and start messing around with them. Get you an actual graphic of yourself or pictures that you have on your computer and experiment with each one of these tools. You'll find that you can do some really, really great effects. About the same thing that you can do in Photoshop. There's a few things, of course, limitations you can't, but there's a whole lot of information here. Try your filters. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. See there? Remember I was on my background and the filter. So there's all kind of different, just try them all out. And your layer, of course, you'll find that the best thing to do is actually, this is in depth. If you understand Photoshop, then you'll understand a lot of these also. This video here, it would take way too long. It'd be like doing a Photoshop video, and that's not what I'm designing here. I'm actually just showing you how to edit your headers and your footers and in little images like that. And your image, of course, you can resize your image if you wanted to. That's the actual width right now. And if you keep this checked here, you want to constrain it. So if you what happens is it stays proportional. And instead of getting all out of whack, maybe too wide and too narrow, so you can go on 60. It resized it for that. Notice that's out of whack now, of course. So what the point there is you want to make sure that you resize it and get it to the size you want right off the bat. In this case, you already had an HTML template, and you would not want to resize it because it would break the template. Okay, that covers using the little extra tools here. And remember that you'd save it back to your computer. And again, I highly suggest that you do not overwrite your blank one. Go ahead and save it to another folder. Experiment around with it. And I will see you in the next video. We're going to cover a few little different things that I use to help me streamline and build web pages.